The favorite of Martin Scorsese, Christopher Nolan and Quentin Tarantino, Oscar winner, producer, actor, it's all Leonardo DiCaprio. Even before birth, when the mother admired the works of Leonardo da Vinci in the Uffizi Gallery in Florence, she felt her son's first push in her stomach. The father decided that his unborn son was giving a signal. So when a boy was born on November 11, 1974 in Los Angeles, he was given the name Leonardo Wilhelm DiCaprio. The actor's pedigree has Italian, German, and Russian roots. Leonardo's parents divorced when he was a year old. George moved to East Hollywood. Leo lived with his dad, then with his mom. The boy himself liked to spend time at his father's house more. There was a bohemian atmosphere. Artists and cult figures like Matt Groening and Timothy Leary often came to visit, since the boy's father was a comic book distributor and loved to draw himself. Mom drove him to a prestigious elementary school at the university, spending 4 hours a day on the road. Then there were 4 years of studying at a school for gifted children, but it was difficult for the guy to concentrate on academic sciences. Either a rattling mixture of blood, or participation in a children's TV show influenced the choice of profession, but at the age of 14, the guy firmly knew that he would be an actor. He attended various theater courses and studios, studying and developing his abilities. Leo still speaks very warmly about his dad, noting his important role in his own formation. He always gave good advice about choosing roles and supported during failures. On February 28, 2016, after 6 nominations and 22 long years, Leonardo DiCaprio finally won his first Oscar for Best Actor for The Revenant. The most terrible, according to Leonardo, on the set was silence. 3/4 of the screen time he is alone. The fact that it was necessary to dissolve with nature and have a silent conversation with snow, trees and animals was terribly hard, he later said. Throughout the shooting day, DiCaprio worked in the cold. Hands, feet, ears and cheeks were numb from the cold. In the frame, Leonardo eats a real buffalo liver. The carcass of the horse in which he slept is also real, and he really climbed into it. Using his reputation, Leonardo DiCaprio calls on everyone to protect the environment. In 1998, 24-year-old Leo established his own Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation. Today, the organization supports over 200 environmental and sustainability projects around the world. In 2018, the total amount of grants distributed exceeded $80 million. A dedicated environmentalist, Leonardo donated $3 million in 2013 to save tigers in Nepal, and another $3 million in 2014 to protect the ocean. He also donated $1 million in 2010 to help the people of Haiti affected by the devastating earthquake. DiCaprio once shared that he was close to death 3 times. For the first time, a deadly danger overtook Leonardo DiCaprio in South Africa while diving. Unexpectedly, a great white shark, which usually hunts tuna and does not pay attention to divers, broke into the cage with the actor. He lay down at the bottom of the cage until the shark swam away. In November 2010, Leonardo DiCaprio became one of the passengers of the Delta Airlines flight New York-Moscow, which made an emergency landing after the plane's engine exploded. I was flying business class, and the engine exploded in front of my eyes. I sat and looked at the wing, enveloped in flames. Then the pilots turned off all the engines for a couple of minutes, so we just glided through the air in absolute silence. After a while, the pilots started the engines and made an emergency landing at the airport in New York, Leonardo said. By the way, the actor flew to Russia to take part in the summit on the rescue of Amur tigers in St. Petersburg. He managed to attend the event by arriving on another flight. The third case in which DiCaprio narrowly escaped death occurred during a parachute jump. It was a tandem jump, the actor said. We released the parachute, but the slings were tangled. And the instructor just cut them off. We were in free fall for another 5 or 10 seconds. I had already forgotten that we had a second parachute, so I just thought that we were rapidly approaching death. The instructor pulled out the second parachute, but his slings were also tangled. As a result, the parachutist still managed to untangle the slings. And we landed without getting any fractures or bruises. Like many Hollywood stars, DiCaprio is not only an actor, but also a successful producer. And a significant part of his works are documentaries designed to draw attention to environmental problems. The first such project was the 2007 film for National Geographic, The 11th Hour, which tells about the anthropogenic nature of warming. DiCaprio's latest documentary to date is Ice on Fire for HBO. He talks about technologies that contribute to the fight against global warming. The premiere took place in 2019 at the Cannes Film Festival. The portrait of Rosa in Titanic was not painted by DiCaprio at all, but by the director of the film, James Cameron. All the drawings of DiCaprio's character, Jack Dawson, in the film are also the result of the director's work. DiCaprio is a dedicated liberal Democrat who has been both personally and financially involved in the campaigns and elections of Bill Clinton, Alabama Gore, John Kerry and Barack Obama. Leo owns Blackador Cay off the coast of Belize. DiCaprio spent a lot of time and money preparing the island for construction so as not to cause the slightest harm to the local ecosystem. So, mangrove forests and many other plants were carefully transplanted from the territory of the future Blackador Cay Hotel, artificial reefs for underwater inhabitants were created off the coast of the island, and a complex of renewable energy sources was carefully thought out. For example, rainwater will be collected for use in a hotel and then treated. Electricity will be provided by solar panels. The cuisine will be organic, a garden will be planted at the resort, and the rest of the products will be bought from Belizean farmers. Today, the eco-resort is open to tourists, but they must follow a number of rules. Leonardo DiCaprio, after parting with Camille Morrone, was spotted with a new girlfriend on his yacht in Saint-Tropez. Her name is Maria Baragovea. According to Forbes magazine, Leonardo DiCaprio's fortune for 2021 is $300 million, not counting real estate and a car park, and over the past year our hero has earned $77 million. Thanks to his income, he is among the 10 highest-paid actors. Leonardo has a solid real estate portfolio, which includes 3 houses in Malibu right on the ocean, worth from $11 to $23 million, one of which he rents for $40,000 a month. In addition, the actor has 3 mansions in Los Angeles, 2 of which are located in the Hollywood Hills, and 1 in Silver Lake. We almost forgot about the house in Palm Springs, previously owned by Dinah Shore, for which the actor gave $5.2 million, and a couple of apartments in New York for $8 and $3.7 million. The most expensive car in his garage is a sports hybrid Fisker Karma worth $140,000. The car accelerates to 100 kilometers in just 5.9 seconds, and the average consumption in the city is 2.4 liters.